everybody, and welcome to our special holiday edition episode of TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon.
And me, Banshee.
And this is our special holiday episode, so we'd like to say happy holidays to everyone. And we're going to light our special holiday candle now. Let's see if I can get this right. And we're going to wish happy holidays to everyone. Happy Diwali, the Festival of Lights. Blessed Yule. Happy Solstice. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy New Year. A very happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays to everyone. And so with this candle blessing, I'd like to extend our best wishes for a prosperous, happy New Year to everyone. Peace, blessings, the light is returning.
Yay!
So now we'll have a poem from Banshee.
This is my 2019 Winter Solstice Greeting Poem. In the darkness, at the midnight hour, chant magic words, some power. Feel energy swirling around you, entering into your body too. With desire now planted deep inside, your doubts and fears have nowhere to hide. Release them now on this longest night. Let hope be your beacon shining bright. Nourish your desire every day so it can manifest without delay. Soon as the summer solstice draws near, all you worked so hard for should appear. May 2020 bring you what you desire, and that you continue to aim even higher.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And for my 2019 Christmas greeting, the spirit of Christmas won't be found hidden beneath the snow on the ground. It's not underneath the Christmas tree, nor in all the dazzling lights you see. Not in all the toys and gadgets they sell, nor in the yummy baked goods you smell. It's not in a colorful holiday dress, or the cards coming to your address. Not in the Christmas carols you sing, or the Christmas bells that chime and ring. Where can the spirit of Christmas be? In love we give to everybody. We hope your Christmas is filled with love and bountiful blessings from above.
Hi everybody.
Hey everyone.
Happy holidays. Good to see you all.
Yeah,
hey,
welcome.
LS.
Welcome
back.
LS. It's been a while. Welcome back. Hey Benita, good to see you.
Hi Masonic. Hi Smiling Soul. Happy holidays, everyone.
I've been writing down names while you were watching the video intro, our special holiday intro.
This is the last day you'll have to put up with that stuff.
Really? We're not doing it till New Year's?
No, we're not.
No, we're not. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed it. I did decide today I had my family affirmator cards, and you know, with the holidays, we're all dealing with family oftentimes in different sticky situations. So I just drew some cards and I pulled an interesting one today. It's called a bonus card in the Family Affirmators deck, and it's basically telling us this. Excuse me. Wouldn't it be incredible if you didn't have to depend on your loved ones for validation of what a beautiful, successful, downright magical person you are? Great news, you don't. Here's your it's okay if you need it more than once daily reminder that all the praise you crave is sitting inside of you right now. Don't need your family, see? If you didn't, at least for that, for validation, if you didn't already feel it, you wouldn't know it was lacking from other sources, right? So let people live in their bubbles and come around on their own good time. In the meantime, you have a lot of magic to continue making, so you better hop to it.
Very nice.
That's what the affirmator has to say about all our family gatherings.
Maybe on the way out, I'll use a one card from my deck, and I have the Egyptkos. It's sort of an Egyptian take on tarot, but it's really unique because it doesn't have minor arcana. It doesn't have suits, and it doesn't have court cards.
So are you reading with that today?
No, I'm just going to use this as a word at the end.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
so like for example, I can just pull one out, and it says hostility. So
I see.
we don't want to end on that.
No,
so we're going to leave that one.
Hopefully, won't end on a bad
We'll see
note.
what happens. I mean, Anyways, here we are.
Well, smiling soul, look at the bright side in this way. You missed some of the family drama of the holidays. I'm sorry to hear you don't have family. But like I said, Christmas is what you make of it. It's in the heart. It's not necessarily comes from outside sources. It's what's within you. So, with that in mind, we're going to get ourselves ready to go here. I'm looking for what deck I was going to use. Okay. I'm going to use my Fairy Lenormand today. It's a nice deck. I haven't used it in a while now, so I brought that one back out. And I've got my Ciro Marchetti Tarot of, actually the Tarot Grand Luxe, which we'll be using today. And finally, if I switch off, I will switch off to the one I've used before, the Pagan Cax Tarot. So I'm all set to go. How about you, Mr.
I have the Dame Fortune deck, which is pretty much one of my standards for reading. It's created by Paul Hewson. There's his significator, which not a lot of decks employ. And then I also have the Tarot of Sacred Circles.
Mm-hmm.
And that one is similar to a couple other decks where it takes some of the suits and it assigns particular cultural attribution to them, kind of thing. So we'll see about that one later.
So I saw what you said about, hello, Patton, the Intel Gamer. Hello. Welcome. And we will add you down.
A fan of ours? Thank you.
All right. So listen, I just wanted to say that we are offering today, besides the regular reading that you get from us, a 3-card reading plus the Lenormand pull, that we are also offering a New Year's spread instead. If you want to know what's going on in the year 2020 and you didn't get that reading, we'll do that one for you tonight. When it's your turn, just ask us or just let us know if you have a question or you just want a 2020 outlook reading. That's how we'll do that.
I wanted to address what Patton said. He said he loved our Brexit reading.
Oh,
and
I thank you.
We really appreciate that because for us, we haven't really done anything like that before in terms of a reading for something that was more than
we
a
have.
person. I mean, we
did climate change.
Yeah,
and we did a couple things.
But we were a lot more focused about wanting to do that reading and understanding the various ramifications of doing that reading.
Well, the reason I wanted to start with Brexit with something political was because we are outside observers to what's going on in the UK and with the European Union. And, though we may have our own opinions, we really tried to keep it very objective. And, I have X amount of knowledge. I tried not to be too informed because I really wanted to let the cards do the talking. So thank you, Pat, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate hearing
And
that.
there will be more coming on various topics. We are going to be tackling the United States pretty soon. I think we're going to do a reading about the year ahead for the United States, not the election yet, but we're going to do that. And we will be doing something on the upcoming election at some point.
So without delay.
No, we have to delay. I had something else. I did have something else to say. Let me think. Well, first off, let me make sure I have the list of names right. This is what I have. I took the names down in the order they were in the room, as you appeared in the room. I have Balkis will be first, Smiling Soul will be second, Masonic will be third, LS will be fourth, Bonita fifth, and Patton will be sixth. And we've got 2 whole hours, so rest assured we will get to everybody today.
Seems like a plan.
Go ahead. If you have something, I'm trying to think.
No,
of,
nothing at all. I was just posting the stream schedule.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
That's
Talk
all.
about that a moment.
Well, we'll be back again, of course, on Sundays from 2 to 4. And that's Eastern Standard Time if you're here in the States, so that's that particular time. And boy, it's just so great to be back here and with some of you
Trying to
guys.
think. Oh, I know what it
Oh,
was.
about the Brexit trade deals. Interesting. Okay, well, we could consider that.
Oh, okay. We will definitely keep that in mind, Patton. Thank you for that. I'm going to write that down on my thing here so I remember.
Well, maybe we should just get going.
I did want to address something LS said about Christmas. And you know what,
Ah.
LS? You're absolutely right about that. I mean, okay, you may not celebrate it, but there's so much, talk and energy surrounding the holidays in this time of year. You can't help but get caught up in it in some way. And sometimes people don't have a great time with it. We get that. And at times it's kind of hard for us. We've both had people that died around this time of year. And, we have that to consider as well. So it's not always a happy time for everybody. And we do get that.
There's a whole American thing about people hating the holidays or being depressed. And I suppose it's mostly about expectations and or whether they're accurate or not. I think that there's a lot of expectations that you will be happy because it is the birth of Christ and it is Santa Claus coming and it's all these other reasons, but we're all running around trying to make sure everyone else is happy, and maybe sometimes that happiness is something we have to find within ourselves.
Yeah.
And I appreciate what you're saying, Patton, and everyone else, and I think it's kind of like cats, like I had a friend a long time ago, and I said, why are cats like whatever? And he said, cats are a reflection of ourselves. And I think that is what we're seeing a little bit with each other. We're reflecting off of each other. And what you guys see in us, we also see in you, our audience. So we appreciate that.
Everybody who's come to the streams for the most part, we had a few issues in the beginning, but have been fantastic. And I can't thank you enough, for your patience with us and working with us. And we hope we give you, really good readings. That's our goal. And so we're going to get the ball rolling,
Alrighty,
I think.
let's go.
I think that's what I forgot I wanted to comment on LS's thing. And I'm like, I knew there was something else I had to do.
There you
Anyway.
go. Okay,
sorry.
so we're going to use your deck?
So tell you what, Balkus. No, I'm working on my Lenormand right now. Okay,
Okay.
Balkus, did you get a 2020 from us yet? Do you want one tonight, or do you have a question?
Yeah, we didn't forget about you, so hopefully you're still here and you will tell us.
Our cats are very nice.
They're pretty laid back.
They're pretty laid back for the most part. Sometimes Sonny gets a little upset at me here paying all the attention to you guys, and he tries to wrestle or play with me here or mess me up when I'm shuffling. But other than that, little thing.
I think a lot of times, it's like I said before about expectations. I think it's just sort of, some things that exist out there about them are not necessarily true, but they sort of embed in the culture or the cosmos. And so for some people, cats are something a little bit eerie.
Some people are allergic.
Some
That's
people are
another
allergic,
thing.
yeah. So that is actually a pretty good reason to be terrified of them.
Yeah.
Going into some sort of anaphylactic shock is probably not fun. Balkus, are you with us? Because it's your turn for the
Hey,
reading.
Balkus. Calling Balkus.
And it also looks like we might be experiencing some minor freezes on the screen. It looks like we're good now, but a moment ago I thought I saw some things that indicated
We may need to
that
upgrade our
we do.
internet equipment, as well as our computer definitely needs to be upgraded. I suspect by March of next year we'll have a new computer unless we're forced to do it sooner. But this one is going, and so we do have a few issues from time to time. So there might be some delays, etc. Okay, last call for Balkus. It seems like Balkus sometimes comes in and out.
So we may have to put them down, and maybe they looked at the size and said, well, I can be back by then.
So basically,
We'll see,
for people
whatever.
who haven't been here a while or are new, we put your names down in order, and if you don't come when your turn is up, we have to put you at the bottom of the list, and we keep moving forward. So I'm going to move Balkus down there, and we're going to go beyond him to Smiling Soul. Hey, Smiling
right.
Soul. I think you had a 2020 last time, didn't you? Or did you? Either way, you know, if you didn't, you can have one now, or if you have a question. Oh,
So do you want us to try to figure out who that person could be in the dream?
so do you want just information on the dream? See what we can figure out what might be behind it?
What do you think? Go ahead and shuffle.
It may be possible, Patton. It might be a slow night tonight if we don't get a lot more people.
We'll try.
We'll try that. We'll see.
Did you shuffle?
Oh, I did not, but I'm waiting.
Okay.
Okay, wanted to know about the guy and if he's like a celebrity or known. Well, let's do a general first on this Smiling. Let me just see what we get in the 3 cards if something comes up about this person and what they might be doing in your dreams.
And we're going to do the cat cam, the sunny cam.
Sunny cam. All right.
Go ahead and cut, if you can.
See what I mean?
He's the real star of the show, apparently. So it's 3 cards, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see what we get.
Okay, they're not all reversed, just one.
And it seems to be the male card,
No, it's a queen.
the reversed one.
Oh, well, there's a Knight of Cups reversed.
Can I see that one? Oh, it's the Knight of Coins reversed.
Whoops, sorry.
It's
Thank
all
you.
right.
A little bit off tonight. And this is the Cups, the 8 of Cups reversed. And then the Queen of Wands upright.
One of us had to work today, and it wasn't me.
Sadly.
So I'm in a good space.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
would say, okay, I don't know. This person could be somebody who has some money, Smiling Soul. You know, this could be somebody, though, who works more behind the scenes. You know, they could be producing or directing or something like that. I don't see them as much being a celebrity in the big sense of, you know, like actors, actresses, singers,
Right,
etc.
they're involved in something artistic, I think, and possibly broadcasting.
Yeah,
I do think that, but I also think too
they're not.
that maybe they're not exactly what they seem like. Like
Yeah.
maybe they have some qualities that make them sort of female-like. I'm not saying that that means that they're necessarily gay or anything like that. I don't feel that way, but I just sort of feel like there's another persona within them somehow.
Well, and it's reversed, and I'm thinking though that there is some shadiness with this person. I don't know if they're very trustworthy or reliable. That seems to me like what I'm getting from that is. What do you think about that?
This one?
The Knight of Coins.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Well, there's part of that, but I also think, too, this is a person who's maybe trying to make a break somehow and just sort of get away from that. And I also feel, too, that In the long run, they're not really what you think they are. Maybe it's not the double persona thing, but maybe it's about the fact that they're not always good on following through.
Well, and the Eight of Cups reversed is kind of a card of, they're kind of stuck in, they're kind of stuck where they are right now. They're not moving. They're not progressing, I feel. They just are kind of happy where they're at right now and content. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, considering I think the person needs to do a little bit of work on their character.
Is Juliet and Mika the name of the ferrets? Uh, Winston's mom?
Oh, Winston's mom.
Winston's mom.
All right, Winston's mom, we're going to put you on the list. I'll talk to
That
you
was
about
kind of
that
curious.
in a minute. Okay. We'll have you on the list, and I'll get to the list in a minute. We're in the middle of one reading right now, and how's it going there, Mr. O? So I was talking about the Eight of Cups, and
I kind of already went through all of them, but I think that the Eight of Cups represents this personality maybe is making some big change, or they're bringing you to the big change. And the change may be more about really finding something that will help you out, maybe financially. But it doesn't look like it's right yet. But I think you're making a break from being not really doing well on the financial set to maybe this is going to bring a change to you financially, or at least in terms of how you want to focus yourself towards that. You're not seeing it, are you?
no, but no, I'm not
Do you
seeing
see
it
why
quite
I'm
that
seeing
way.
it? No.
No, not exactly, but I'm sure you have a reason. You're intuiting it. My feeling is, though, looking at these cards, which are kind of meh to me, I tend to see the Queen of Batons, though, as being you, that, you seem to be somehow coming out better because of meeting this person or going through something with this person or this dream. This dream is going to turn into something, good for you.
I guess it had to happen. It would be the day that we didn't really see eye to eye at all.
No, we didn't click on this one, and I'm not sure why. I think we need to do something else with the tarot on this smiling soul. Just give me a second, though. I want to pull a couple of Lenormand. This is my fairy Lenormand again that I'm using today. And I'm going to pull a couple cards and see what I get. Whatever this dream is, I got the key and I got the clover. Not sure if they're both showing in there. The key and the clover, which means to me that, this dream is unlocking some good luck for you in some way. It might be a very fortunate meeting if you meet this person, even though you should be careful, that they're on the up and up with you. Do you want to pull those away and let's just do a quick yes no to see if they really are a celebrity or not? We're going to throw that in real quickly.
We're getting a lot of yellow reds.
We are. Okay.
And Brandon
So
said
be
those
aware.
are concerned. It
Well-
may be something with the buffering going on right now. We're not sure what. It looks like something's happening with our stream.
I don't know if it's a YouTube problem or if it's us, but be aware there's some little glitchiness possibly going on right now. I see the red too popped up a few times. Well, maybe we'll have to talk to our producer about this.
Maybe it's not so bad. Nobody's really complained about it. So
Is it good
Thank
on
you.
your end? Okay.
thank you for the feedback. Yeah, it seems like it's straightened out. Our producer told us that there's a little green box, and if it turns red and stays red too long, that's not good. But it was just really like hopping around between red, orange, and yellow. So that was kind of odd.
Okay, do you want me to count them out quick?
Yeah, you should do it. You were probably a little more focused. Huh.
Maybe I won't have to go far.
Yes, just talking straight dream analogies. It could just mean that you're hoping to receive this message. I don't know if it's for sure that they're a celebrity or not.
Well,
I think
it's
they're
leaning
working.
towards yes in some way. And I'm almost getting the feeling that maybe still it's not a celebrity, but it is somebody very known in their
Connected.
field,
Yeah.
perhaps. I got the Emperor card upright, and the Emperor card indicates to me that this person could be a leader in some area, and it could be business, it could be even, like I said, if it is in the motion picture, say, industry, it could be a producer, director, or even in the music industry, it's somebody who's more behind the scenes but important, if that makes sense to you.
Well, I'm actually thinking that maybe they're more in the artistic end of it, like a
Could be.
production of some sort. Is it
Well,
upright
yeah.
or reversed?
It was upright.
All right, that's the way I got it. Ace of Swords.
Yep. So I think, see what happens. Let us know, if anything comes of your dream. Oh,
Am I
I have
taking
your
that?
cards, don't I? Here, we'll use mine next. And we're going to move on to Masonic. Hey, Masonic, are you there?
Uh-oh. So,
I don't see Masonic.
we'll talk
Oh, yeah,
about...
let me give the list order. Okay, thank you. So we're waiting on Masonic. There he is. There they are. And LS will be after Masonic, and then Bonita, Patton, Balkis, and Winston's mom.
Who are they again?
Masonic? He's there. They're there. Do I have a spur? Okay, what's wrong with my mind? Uh-oh. That's your question? Okay. Um,
Well, I was trying to type them in like somebody requested, but you wouldn't say them again, so I couldn't.
well, they're here.
Then give it over.
Oh,
Never mind. Somebody asked that we type it in, and I tried to, but you wouldn't read them back.
oh, the list. Okay. Hi, Fem82. I will add you on the list. Okay, I guess Mr. O is going to type the list out while I shuffle my cards for Masonic's reading. And then you will shuffle. Let's see, we'll use my Pagan Cats one. I think we're going to do a general one on this Masonic just to see what comes up about your mind. And I'm not going to do any kind of yes, no. I got to remind people we're not medical people or therapists. We're tarot readers. But, we could do a yes, no at some point on that. I just want to see in general what comes up and if there's any tips or ideas there for you.
These days, you never
Here, you can
really
shuffle.
know that it's just really the kind of thing where maybe almost everybody has some touch of it or some function because of that. I used to use a lot more memory stuff, and I think that some of that was just really a little bit weird the way my memory works sometimes. So I don't know, Am I cutting?
Sure. You are the last to shuffle. Well, I'm glad the cats are so laid back, but of course, where he chooses to lay, it's kind of problematic. Okay, so there is some fire wand energy here. We have the Two of Wands reversed. We have the Seven of Wands upright. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. And so I'm looking at the Two of Pentacles reversed, and yes, there seems to be some kind of balance issue going on. Definitely some type of balance issue. And I think in some ways, with that Seven of Wands upright, it's as if you feel like you're always on the defensive, or that you have to, you know, really be ready for anything. You feel kind of on edge, I think. And the final card, the Ace of Pentacles reversed, if I look at that one, it's kind of indicating to me that, there might be some reason for you to seek some care, some health care.
It's possible. I don't exactly get that, but I sort of get that in a sense that there is, in general, balance issues. And I just sort of find that, this is something you've actually been able to deal with for a long time, for mostly always. And that in general, I think this card just seems to indicate that maybe to some degree you get it done, but you're just not organized the same way people are somehow. Which would of course be, somewhere on the spectrum, as they say. I think it is true also too what we're discussing there in the chat room, that a lot of times it really is just about the way people focus, and sometimes people focus differently. And these days it is not uncommon for people to know a number of people who maybe are on the spectrum, as they say. I have an assistant at work who definitely strikes me that way. We never talk about it, and it does seem that when they're more in a routine, they get things done in a certain way, but they can't always adapt to a new routine, or sometimes they forget a routine. But then on other times, they just sort of plow ahead with something, and it's kind of unexpected, and so it's really not easy to sum up in one way or the other.
One of the things I was going to also add with the Ace of Pentacles to me is, it just occurred to me that maybe Masonic, some of this might be help. It might help, looking into some things that might help you where food and nutrition is concerned, or supplements that might help you. It might be good to talk to, some alternative health practitioners, or a whole food store. Talk to the people there and ask what things might help. Like, let's say you're having problems with remembering, what kind of herbs or things might be good for that. So I would look into supplements as well as another possibility.
I would definitely look into overall nutrition anyway, just because nutrition is good for all of us. And you could do things like, and I should preach, but
Yeah,
eat more
oh, the
fruit,
holidays.
eat more fruit. Someone eat more vegetables, but those are things that a lot of times some healthcare people don't really learn in medical school or in their training necessarily about nutrition and how important it is. Supplements are definitely important too if you're lacking those nutrition items.
This is really interesting, the Lenormand cards I drew for you, Masonic. This is just so spooky in a way to me, but it's kind of cool, and I'll explain why. I drew the Sun card,
Sorry, couldn't get that going there. There we go.
and I drew the Moon card. like like talk about balance, huh?
Talk about a pull between different forces.
Right. And so, but I think these are two very positive, powerful cards that have come together here, which tells me that you certainly can overcome this. You can work with this, and you can learn how to manage and maintain it, because I think there is the harmony between sun and moon, the light and the dark. And, you just have to learn how to ride the tides, so to speak.
We're actually not good examples of health and holistic eating.
No.
Sorry to disappoint you. One of us more than the other. But on a certain level, we believe them. It's just that we're not able to really practice what we preach.
Well,
totally.
it's not totally true. We are bad eaters, but the bottom line is we do supplement, and we do know a little bit about herbal remedies and whatnot, and we do use those. So it's sort of, we could do a lot better, and that's all I'll say.
Yeah, there you go.
But anyway, Masonic, I hope that helps a bit, and you do take a lot of meds. Well, the other thing too is to make sure that none of your meds are interacting with each other. because that could cause problems too. They all have side effects. That's true. That's one thing. But sometimes different drugs don't always jive, and maybe the doctors need to look at that.
It's a sad statement of affairs, but Banshee and I both worked in healthcare for about 15 years, each of us, about the same time. And we were involved in more research-oriented aspect. We worked in the medical library. So we knew how to look up things. We knew how to do some database searching. And what we found out, I think from my experiences, because we were both mostly at teaching hospitals, was most of these medical students and residents really were motivated by trying to be good people and trying to help people. And then 20 years later or whenever, they're just totally co-opted by the system. And I can say this is totally true because my current doctor was a doctor I met while they were just new to medical, and now 20 some years later they just seem to be bitter.
Anyway.
I'm sorry.
Little doses of honesty here and there. So, Balkus, I hope, or I'm sorry, Masonic, I hope that helped. I'm getting confused now. I hope that helped, and we're going to move on and think about this some more, Masonic, and if there's any other questions, on future shows, you want to delve into this further, we'll try to we'll help you out with that. LS, you are up, and then comes Bonita, Patton, Balkus if they're back, Winston's mom, Femme 82. And that's where we're at right now. So
and we have two of our cats, our literal sun and moon, the orange one and the black one, hanging out with us. So I'm going to do a little cat cam moment. So there's this guy again. This guy is Sunny, and he's looking tired or something.
Hey,
and over
Ellis, are you still with us? So there you are.
There you are. Hi, Alice. It's so good to see you again.
Would you like a 2020 reading to see what's going on in the year ahead? We could do that.
Yes, the 2020 was a little popular last time. I think everybody opted for that one.
Which one is which?
Indeed. That's the perfect yin-yang, I guess, is that you don't really know, in a way, or that they're always alternating. And, in some cosmologies, it's more about the spiral, and the spiral could be going inward, but it never really gets there. We're going with our new and improved 2020 Outlook reading, 4 cards.
Okay, we're doing 4 cards for the year ahead, LS, and we're going to get right to it. Oh, now why is that turned that way? That's interesting. Is that the only card? It's one of my favorites. All right. Let's let you shuffle.
Ready.
Okay, LS. Yes, this is 4 cards, and then I'll draw a couple Lenormand. It goes fairly quickly. It's basically going to give what your main focus for the year ahead is going to be. Opportunities or challenges that you'll face.
We talked about you recently, and we suspected you were just really busy with stuff. We hoped you would be back, LS.
The 3rd card was the lessons learned. What are the takeaways from next year? And the 4th card is where will you be by this time next year?
I guess I was just too excited that you were back.
It is good to see you back, LS. Absolutely.
All right, I have cut, and I will interrupt you plenty more.
I think you will.
We're so adorable.
It's so funny. Usually we're much better about this, but I guess I've done my share of interrupting, so I can't complain.
Touche. All right. You were super busy. We missed you too, frankly.
So you've got a little up and a little down in the year ahead. What else is new? The main focus for the year is the King of Coins reversed. So what do you think about that, Mr. O?
Well, it may be that some decisions will not be financially fruitful. It may be that if you're working on investments or a savings plan, you may want to consider something different, or you're just not going to expect great progress. And I think that's really true about traditional saving. It's just not really netting a lot for people. People have to be really patient about that. But I get the feeling too that there could be something more on the financial end happening there, and you're going to find that if you're working with a particular advisor or person of some sort, maybe you'll decide you want to try somebody new.
Yes, I sense that the focus is going to be on financial affairs for whatever reasons in this upcoming year. And you're going to be concerned a little bit about your resources. That seems to be, I think, a given with this card. Card number 2 is opportunities or challenges you'll face. And we got another king here, but this one is upright, and it's the King of Swords. This could be a person in your life that you're interacting with, or it could also indicate that maybe something in a legal sense is going to happen for you this year. I don't know whether you're going to have to speak to a legal advisor of some sort or a judge. It looks as though some judgment might come out in your favor. Maybe if this is even on the job, like for a promotion or something, somebody in a position of judging or making decisions about you.
I get that too. I think that because it is about the challenges, it is more of a challenge coming to you, and that you are that person making that judgment kind of in your wisest, highest evaluation of yourself.
Card number 3 is the lessons or takeaways from this next year. And gee, I don't know, all of that can't be all bad, LS, because basically you've got the Nine of Cups upright, which is like a very positive card. It seems as though despite some challenges that, things are going to be looking up for you. The Nine of Cups is about, attaining your wish. Maybe this is the year you're really going to know what it's going to take to really get what you desire and want in life, because that's the position it is. What lessons are you learning in the year ahead?
Yes, I mean, this is a takeaway really coming from the balance of the year. So I guess this is just really saying that you feel comfortable, you feel satisfied with things about a year from now, that things have played out pretty much the way. Hi, Laura. Nice to see you again.
Hey, Laura. I'll add you to the list. I'll go over the
Yeah, I know it
list
is.
in a
It
minute.
doesn't sound like what's usually going on with you.
And where will you be by this
Just take
time
it.
next year? This is actually that card. This was the lessons learned. Where will you be next time? By this time next year, it's the Fool reversed. Well, all I can say,
So,
well, all I can say is there may be some. You may realize that this time next year that there have been a few missteps, a few things you wish maybe you could have done differently, because at the end of the year you're going to feel like you're back at the beginning again or something.
yeah, it's sort of like a step backwards, and or it feels too that maybe part of this is that some of this is some self-doubt, like maybe this is really looking and saying you're doubting that it happened for you in a way, or that you don't believe it in a way, or that there's something unrealistic about it for you. I'm not quite getting that. It just sort of feels like you're disconnected from the end result of feeling things worked out, but
Well,
that you're not quite there.
I think it's because you're learning some lessons on what you need to propel yourself forward, where you really want to be. It's like this year it's not going to necessarily happen for you, but you're going to take steps in the right direction after a few missteps along the way. In other words, this is just one of those years it's going to be a learning experience for you.
And Patton says his eye is itching, or their eye is itching, and we're wondering if it's exposure to the cats.
Oh. Well, through the wow,
Through the cosmic eye.
it could be. Okay, LS, I have your card and the Scythe card, which is kind of it makes me wonder about a couple of things. There's one thing that could be indicated by this card, and it could be surgery or a minor surgical procedure. But the other thing, and I think that really falls in line with what we were reading here, is that it involves cutting back. Like there's going to be a cutting back that you have to do, probably with your financial resources, due to what we told you about in this reading.
Do you apply this to the overall reading?
I do, yeah.
Okay. So I guess it's sort of like that to me. I'm not exactly sure about that, but I think is sort of saying that there's this idea that it isn't moving ahead fantastically. So maybe that's the card of contentment, is like you're just satisfied with what it is because you will have to make some changes. Not the
And
greatest.
and that is what we have for you, LS.
Oh,
I hope you
dear.
enjoyed the 2020 reading. What happened?
These guys do not remove. Read your chat.
Oh.
They do not remove. Trying to make them remove is usually not a good idea. They may remove on their own, but
Well, you could remove them from the cat cam, maybe.
well, there is that. Okay, let's try that. There.
Hey, Bonita, you're still with us? You are up. And so just let us know if you have a question or you want a 2020 reading.
Huh. Okay.
Okay. So do you have a question for us, or would you like a year ahead reading?
You're
You're
welcome,
welcome,
Alice.
LS.
All right.
Okay. Will it
We're
be a
gonna do
good
the
year for you?
2020.
Well, let's just see what the cards hold.
Gonna use your deck?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, I do.
And just
Yeah, you are after Bonita. We're doing Bonita right now, Patton, and you're next. After Patton will be Balkus if they've returned, Winston's mom, Fem82, and then Laura. And it's 7:46. We have plenty of time. Hope you can stick with us.
just reminding everybody that we do a daily card for the day, which one of our greatest fans, and we're a great fan of theirs, KC, says is great for everyone to read our Facebook card of the day. And that's on our Facebook page, also
and our
on
Twitter
our Twitter page.
because that's where
It's a daily
KC
reading for the
sees
day for
it.
the entire audience.
KC sees it on our Twitter page.
Okay, over here it's 7:47. So you're PM or AM? Probably PM, right? I'm cutting. No, I'm shuffling.
Oh, it's AM. 12:47 AM.
AM. Got it.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you're staying up late for us. Ooh.
Well, thanks, Patton. You will be next after Bonita. Thanks for joining us. We do appreciate that.
And especially the information from overseas too.
All right. So, Bonita, the year ahead.
Thank you, Alice.
Well, let's see what we've got, Bonita. We do have the 7 of
We're
coins.
sort of professionals, but we're sort of not. I'm talking to the chat. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Could you get the camera back?
Oh, and then someone's
Oh,
going to
the
be
cat
allergic
cam.
again.
Sorry about that. We have the 7 of coins reversed. And then we have the 2 of swords upright. Just wanted to show the cards real quick. And then we have the 8 of cups. That's right, I thought it was. The 8 of cups is upright, or reversed, I'm sorry. And we have the sun reversed. So, looks like a little bit of down stuff here, Bonita. But let's see. The 7 of coins is in the position of the main focus for the year.
And it's reversed. So the main focus of the year is trying to get involved in things, trying to say it's time to let it happen on its own. It's trying to make it happen, to stop resting on your laurels and really produce. No?
The 7 of coins reversed, yes. I think that it's really kind of trying to get you to move on something, that something more needs to be done in order to make say something succeed, some project, some hope, some dream to succeed. You're going to have to put more time and effort into it than maybe you had planned. But if you do that, it could reach a successful outcome. Opportunities or challenges that you face, it's a 2 of swords.
You have a judgment to make or a decision to make, and you really feel strongly that you just don't know enough to make the right decision, but yet it's really up to you to do that. And I guess there's the feeling that you feel qualified to be in judgment. You just don't feel that you're totally there with the process because of the information you have.
It seems as though, you're definitely going to need to make some type of an important decision. It may be related to this first card about this project or goal or dream. And it's going to be, a lot is going to be riding on this decision. I
It's
do
very
think
important,
that
yeah.
is a challenge for you in the year ahead. It could very well be an opportunity. If you choose wisely, obviously things will turn out okay. And card three, the lessons learned or what are the takeaways from the year ahead. You've got the Eight of Cups reversed, and it's kind of telling me in this case that, you know, you're not going to be that unhappy with things in the year. It's like you would be content if things stayed the way they are. I look at that card as like moving, like staying where you're at or moving back to where you were.
Right. I look at that way, like sort of focusing on what worked as opposed to what seems not
Right.
known.
Right. So, in a sense, I think you're going to go back to modes of living or things that have worked well for you in the past. Maybe even when you're making this decision about this dream or goal, you're going to be using methods that seem comfortable to you and that you're familiar with, nothing out of the ordinary, because it seems like you're going to have really what it takes at your disposal to get it done. But where will you be at this time next year? I think you'll still be in a position of waiting for success to happen. There are a little bit of delays. It's as if next year is going to leave some goals or projects still to be completed or the outcomes still to be decided. So, whether this is about a relationship, whether this is about something at work related, whether this is personal, it's going to be left hanging, I think, till the year following, till 2021. What do you
Yeah,
say?
with that one there, it does seem like there's some dangling ends there because mostly, once again, there's a reminder that you don't have all the information you'll want. And that I'm now getting the feeling
Yeah.
that this decision maybe is going to stretch on for the better part of the year, perhaps. I'm not saying it absolutely will, but it looks like it might have some holding power because maybe you need to do more fact finding somehow. I'm wondering if this is tied up with anything legal regarding property that either belongs to other people or other situations. And maybe, now there's a question about what your role in that is.
Okay, so this was for Benita, right?
That was Benita, so you're
Okay.
going to do a
I'm
Lenormand?
doing a Lenormand for you, Benita. I'm glad everybody seems to be having a good time in the chat. Well, okay, so you've got the somewhat scary looking cross card here. I mean, it is a cross. That shouldn't be really scary, right?
Hi,
It's a
Vicky.
religious symbol. Hi, Vicky. We'll get you on the list. And then I have the clover. And so basically what this is meaning to me is that, there's two ways I can look at this card. I pulled the cross first, and so the clover kind of describes it. And so I almost get the feeling through luck, you're going to put an end to something that has really been a burden to you in this next year. So something that has been really burdening you or holding you back, you're finally going to put an end to it, and it's going to be done.
Yes, I get the feeling that, of course, it's connected to what was going on. That I'm seeing here a decision where you want to know more so you can make a better decision. And I'm just wondering if maybe when the luck happens, it's because you find out what's going on and you're able to resolve that situation. And once again, I just sort of feel like maybe it's involving property somehow or a legal distinction about property that's owned by somebody.
I hope that makes some sense, Benita.
All right. See what happens and let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's your outlook for 2020. It looks like some of it's going to bleed into 2021 for you.
Yeah, it's going to go on for a little while is what it looks like right now, unless maybe this luck
Well,
comes
thank
through.
you. And you have happy holidays as well.
Thank
hey,
you. Happy
Pat,
holidays. And thank you too, Vicky. We did have a good holiday.
okay, so let's do the yes/no question for you first. Do you want to use your deck?
Okay. Thank you for hanging on.
Okay, Patton, we'll do that for you since you hung on and you're staying up late in Britain there. We'll do a very quick yes/no, and then we'll do the 2020 for you.
And we're glad you brought up the Brexit videos we did. And we're just going to remind our viewers that those 5 videos
4 or 5 videos have tons of views on
gotten
them.
over 1,000 views.
It's amazing.
And we realize a lot of people come and go with it, but it still represents kind of like, wow.
Yeah, we were
Dang.
pretty wowed by all the interest,
You're
and
welcome.
we know how important it is to the people in Great Britain as well as the European Union. So I expected some viewership, but I think it exceeded my expectations. And, you know, we got a lot of nice comments, which we really appreciated. And so we're going to go forward with doing things like that because it challenges us as readers. And, you know, there are people who do want to know about world events and what's going on in the bigger picture of things.
And something that Smiling Soul or others might be interested in knowing is that I talked to Moira today in Ann Arbor.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to count them off?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And we are going to try to do a tarot together live in Ann Arbor at the Cosmic, no, it's not Cosmic, it's the
Crazy
Wisdom Bookstore in Ann Arbor on the second Tuesday of February. And Tarot Together is a project that we've done with a few folks where we all take a turn at trying to do some aspects of the reading and the spread. We're going to blow up. That's right. Probably me because I'm eating too much.
Okay. Well, Patton, as far as the move goes, it looks like the answer is yes, according to this.
Oh, good.
I
hope that's a good answer for
And
you.
the moon is reversed, and that basically means to me that some information or facts about this is going to be coming out soon.
Is
It's gonna be
a
revealed.
mystery kind of person? Because I get the feeling like there's something a little bit mysterious about E or about your situation with E, whatever that is. And I'm almost wondering if maybe there's been mystery or deception between you and E, and that's why you're curious about that. I don't know. It's just something that
Well, at
strikes
any rate,
me.
it is leaning towards yes because you have 2 aces, and that's what determines this yes/no reading. And and the moon
Sorry.
is it's okay. And the moon is reversed, which is information being revealed. So you know maybe that you will find out something about this probably in the fairly near future. I would think.
We both have Moon in Capricorn, both of us, which we think is kind of interesting.
And our sun is a Capricorn.
And our sun is a Capricorn.
Yeah. So it's kind of an interesting synchronicity.
So you're going to do the 2020, and then we'll pull some Lenormand on that.
Yeah, we're going to run through this quickly for Patton.
Interesting.
Okay.
That is interesting.
Really? Huh.
This has not been a great year. Libra Ascendant. Interesting.
Oh, okay, there
Smiling
we go.
Soul was here earlier, but we did their reading, and they have possibly left now.
I am a Gemini rising.
It's nice to hear the astrological makeup, but sometimes we don't remember it from time to time, so we may have to ask
Yeah,
you
we have
again.
to ask again because so many different people come in the chat. I'm not keeping a list on you guys of all your attributes. Maybe I should.
Okay, Patton, here's what we got. First card
Well, that came up upright this time.
is
And this one came up reversed. They both were in the
the
previous.
7 of Coins. And this is in the...
This is in the house of Sunny laying on it. There we go. The main focus for the year, of course.
So the main focus of the year is a slight holding pattern, maybe. Like you're sort of midway through some production of some stuff, but you're sort of not feeling like you want to move forward all the way. You're just sort of taking it in a little bit.
I feel like it indicates worries about some project or thing that you've been working on. You put a lot of time and effort into, or even a relationship. It's something you've put a lot of yourself into, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of passion, and you're just worried about the results of something. And that's kind of the focus for the year, it sounds to me like. Now, the opportunities or challenges you face, we have this Two of Swords again, but this time it's reversed. It came up reversed. And the Two of Swords reversed is kind of indicating that, there's some kind of movement happening for you. And the challenge the challenge is to move in the right direction. To make sure that what you're doing is for your greater good and will move you forward as opposed to backwards.
Are you trying to work with a partner in this photography project? I sort of got the sense that there's another person who maybe is helpful in some way. They may not be an actual other photographer, but they might be a person that's helping you organize.
Well,
but I also get the feeling like
yeah.
maybe you won't be in that status for long if there is a person like that. Third card.
Lessons learned. What are the takeaways? Yes, it's a studio, they just said.
Okay.
The third card is lessons learned. What are the takeaways? And which card is that again? Oh, the King.
The King of Wands.
Oh, my.
It is the King, right?
Well, the lessons learned are how to succeed. How to succeed beyond your dreams, almost,
Yeah,
it's a very positive card.
Part of what happens is that however you manage to break through, and I guess it may happen by, this time next year, is it's mostly going to be like kind of a word of mouth or sort of like a fiery takeoff. Like all of a sudden people get impressed because they're seeing a lot of things they like with your photography. What do you think?
It's a positive card. It's growth. And so, like I said in the beginning, you have some worries and you have some concerns and you have to be careful of the steps you take. But all in all, I think the lessons learned and the takeaways are that you have a real potential here for success. And
it's the drive too, I think, right? That represents a lot of drive and attraction.
Absolutely. And the final card for the year, where you'll be at this time next year, is the King of Swords, right? Upright?
So this could say that, you're probably going to be able to consider starting your own studio or some variant of that. You're going to be more in charge of your own operation. And so it's like what I'm seeing is like maybe you're starting off with a studio, but probably within this year you won't stick with them necessarily.
Well,
or you'll find a way to diverge.
Yeah, you might be planning to move on. But I do think everything looks really pretty positive.
Yeah, things look really positive for you.
Don't sweat the small stuff. I think that the 7 is just showing you have a lot of worries and nervousness and concerns about it, but they may be unfounded because it looks like things are moving in a good direction. Let me just throw a couple.
Ferret. I love that name. Ponce Ferret. I want a Ponce Ferret. It's a cool name. But these guys, they don't really engage us with the cards a whole lot, so that's probably good.
No, they don't. Generally. Although Sunny has tried to shuffle once or twice. No, just kidding. Okay, you have the Star, number 16, and you have the birds. And so to me, it's almost like what he spoke about earlier, Patton. He talked about word of mouth or just word getting out. This could also be social media. The birds are all about news and information, and the Star is about success. So I think, any way that you can publicize and get the word out about things with the studio would probably make it successful. Because it looks like successful communication or success through communication.
There's nothing specific about money being mentioned, so it probably isn't going to be a big consideration at first. I'm not seeing anything that suggests that money is your problem. It's more going to be just finding an outlet for your energy and your enthusiasm here, because I think those are what your shining points are, actually.
And I'm glad you waited. That's what we have for you, Pat, and I hope that helps. And I'm going to go over the list and tell everybody where they're at.
Okay, do it a little slow so I can type it in.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The first person who will be next is Balkis if they're here, if they've come back. And if not, we're going to move right on to Winston's mom, and then Femme 82, Laura, and then Vicky. So I don't see Balkis as responding. We were just giving, before you came, Winston's mom, I put Balkis at the bottom of the list because they missed their turn. And so now...
okay, we'll look for your page, Patton, and we'll like that. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to put a note down there for myself right now on that, Patton. And Balkis, I don't believe, is here.
Okay,
so,
Laura, you're down the list a little bit. We're going to move to Winston's mom.
Winston's mom is now, then Femme 82, Laura, and Vicky. So Winston's mom, if you want a 2020 outlook or if you have a general question.
And we have another addition.
And who do we have? The Koi-fish.
Koi-fish.
You can absolutely be added to the list. I'll get you down there. Welcome.
All right. All right, W's M or W's mom. Go right ahead and give us your question, or do you want a 2020 outlook?
Yep.
Did you tell us before? Maybe we don't remember. You are welcome for the reading.
You're welcome.
Let us know how it works, and we
okay,
will be
the Koi-fish, you're going to
Facebook.
be, let's see, we're doing somebody right now, and then
year.
1, 2, 3, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 people in front of you, the Koi-fish, so we will get to you tonight.
Is this
Just
a
hang
yes
in
or
there.
no? More smiles than frowns next year?
More smiles than frowns this year. You mean in 2020?
I assume that's probably what you mean.
We're going to do a yes-no question on that, unless you want me to do the full 2020 reading for you.
All right, we're going to do the yes or no.
Okay.
Here we go. Go ahead and shuffle. And then I want to count this time. I'll let you
Okay.
cut him for me and put him back.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You can handle it, Mr.
So
O?
yeah, we do a thing called Tarot Together, where we ask members of our audience to help us determine how we're going to cut the deck, or how we're going to shuffle the cards, or read the cards, or pull the cards. And we think it was a lot of fun because people said that they liked it.
Well,
and it was kind of cool.
basically, what it does, and so that's why we thought we would take it to this coffee shop, bookstore, and see how it goes there. But it kind of, you know, everybody's intuitive to a certain degree. Everybody has energy that they can, you know, contribute. And so what we like to do is mix the streams a little bit, and we get people in our audience involved in the readings. It's a little hard when we're going fast and furious like this today. You can count them if you want. So that's why we're not doing it today. But the thing is, when we have a small group in our chat, we will open it up for that, and we have some fun. And maybe in the next year, we will set up some special sessions where we just do Tarot Together readings with everybody. How's it going there?
11. So we do a certain kind of yes or no, where you count off cards looking for aces, but you only count up to 13 in 3 different piles. If you don't hit an ace, you move to the next pile. I think that was 12.
Yeah, I think that was 12, not 13. Yep.
Yeah, I was pretty sure I was on 12, but I didn't want to pull 14 in case. All right. So your question was, will there be more smiles than frowns? We don't know that the cards are giving us a clear yes on that. They're saying it's not as likely that it will be yes. There's only one ace. Whoops, I don't have my camera set up. There we go. And basically, if we had more aces, it would probably be more likely yes, but we don't have that. Hi, Jay.
Hey, Jay Walker.
And our other cards from our other 2 piles are this reversed 7 of coins, which is popped up a little bit in people's readings.
And we're using different decks, and it does seem to keep coming up. Yeah. So finances or projects and plans, worries about them and what you need to do. It seems to be on a lot of people's plates this next year.
Well, to me, that tells me that a lot of us who maybe have been sitting on the sidelines are going to find that they have to really motivate themselves to do more. And that could be just across the spectrum. You might have to do more at work, but you might have to do more in other things you do too.
And what do you have there?
The final one is the King of Cups, and they're reversed. And we've had the King of Cups before. And that maybe just indicates, in general, some little currents of cruelty, maybe, or unkindness coming to you, or that it's around.
I'm thinking with the situation of the Seven of Coins, that the King of Cups is kind of reinforcing that to me, in that you have to watch yourself, that you're not, how should I say this? That, like he said, you can't sit on the sidelines anymore. The King of Cups kind of has sort of a lackadaisical effort towards ruling his kingdom. He's reversed, and he's just kind of carefree, and maybe just more into the partying or the fun, and not really getting down to doing the work, the heavy duty work that needs to be done. So you just have to be careful next year. It's not going to be about all fun and games for sure. It's going to be about buckling down a little bit in order to get something to reach fruition, to succeed, to grow something.
Yeah, so the answer is mostly
no.
Probably no. And maybe everybody else has to work on that, and that just trying to figure out where you can help people change their demeanor by sending a little bit of kindness too, if possible.
And I'm going to throw a couple of Lenormand and see what we get. Okay. Hold on,
You're
got
welcome.
a couple.
We got two more cards. The Lenormand.
You know what?
We always do a Lenormand.
I think that what we just spoke to you about in this reading, I can't believe this. I got the Key. That was one card that I drew, and the second card is the Sun. And so to me, this is indicating that, the message we gave you in that reading, I think if you take that to heart and you work your way through those difficulties you mentioned here, it will be the key to your success.
Well, I don't do the Lenormand, Winston's mom, and so I just work theoretically with what I feel here. And to me, both of these seem to be finding out things or finding the way to find out things. Sometimes you can find the way to find things, but you still have to find it. So I sort of feel like you're going to be given a key that will allow you to find something bright and shiny and something that will really dispel some of the gloom. But this thing may take you a while. This may take you a while.
It's certainly going to take through, I think, the full year.
Yeah. And I looked at those numbers and I added them mentally for some reason, and it clicks in my head. I think they add up to be 44, 33, and 13, right?
No, it's 31 and 33.
But it's 44? No, it's 64.
64.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, which is, of course, 8 squared.
Oh.
Okay. We don't know what that means, but I like patterns and numbers, so I just had to mention that.
Okay. Well, speaking of synchronicities, today was crazy for me. I woke up at 4:44 this morning, just out of bed, and looked at the clock, and it's 4:44. I looked at the clock today at 10:10, and then I looked at it again at 11:11. So I don't know what was going on with that today.
Well, 8 is, of course, a number of importance in some areas, so 8 times 8 is 64. Maybe that means something. I'm not really sure that it does. Oh, well.
Genius,
Iron
Mr.
keys and keys do, though. Keys are kind of crossroad things, They are all about that liminal experience at the crossroads.
It's a friendly number. Very funny.
Yeah, I tend to like those 3, 6, and 9s myself. 6 is an even number, but 3 and 9 are not.
Iron keys were supposed to be good luck. That's true. Hey, Winston's mom, that's what we have for you today.
Hope that helps.
And I just want to remind people that occasionally, now we usually live stream twice a week, and on Sundays we live stream from 2 to 4 p.m. But occasionally, one of us has to work a Sunday, and so we have to start our live stream later. So, it's always good to make sure you are subscribed so you'll get notification of when we're streaming, because once a month at least, it's going to change on Sundays only. So
we're mostly working from heart, so we tend to forget a lot of things.
What?
And one of the things is that on our YouTube channel, we're hoping to get something for subscribers so that we can update and actually have changes in the schedule like that. That when we know a couple weeks, a month in advance, we're not here on a Sunday at our usual time, we can put that in the schedule. So we're hoping to do things like that.
We have a video below our banner now for new people who come to our page. And what we're going to do is we can add one for subscribers. And so we're going to have one with general information for subscribers. But when we need to pull it out, and we're going to put one up whenever there's a schedule change so that people will know in advance we're not going to be there on a Sunday. But we still have to work that out. We've been kind of busy and haven't been able to get to that yet. But now we are on Fem 82. Hey, Fem, you are up. So if you want a 2020 reading or if you just want a general question, let us know now.
And what I just sent there, I pulled a card, and that's what it told me, that I think that maybe that jewelry might have left, but it may come back. It's not really clear that it was a deliberate act, but it could have been. It's really vague, but I think it's going to come back. You'll find it.
Huh. And maybe at some point, I can't do it right now. If we have time at the end of the stream, maybe. Or the next time if you come, I could maybe try to look through the Lenormand for that. The Lenormand is supposed to be very helpful with finding things. I have not used it much in that regard yet, but we could see if maybe there's a clue in the Lenormand next time.
Okay, we're going to focus on Fem 82.
All right.
Insight into Red's level of interest and tensions with you moving into 2020.
Okay.
We're going to switch to my sacred circles.
Absolutely. And I've got a spread for that, I think. Let me see. Okay. We're going to talk about Red's current situation, their attitudes towards you, and what will be ahead for you in 2020. What the intentions are in 2020. Or where it's leading, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Because the second card's really about Red's intentions. It's gotten really quiet.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way.
Do I cut?
Yeah, you cut, because I've already shuffled. So the first position covers Red's intentions.
The first position is actually, his current situation right now. Let's see what's going on in Red's life. What's on his mind. Wow.
There's a lot of transformation or change in Red's life. And I don't think there's a physical death, but I would not be surprised if you told me that maybe there is a lot of rumination about some sense of loss of some sort. And that's the holidays too. The holidays brings out a lot of sense of loss because we remember those who aren't here, that were here during our holidays.
So basically, the death card is change and transformation. They're undergoing a process right now, or soon will be. I don't know whether it's career-oriented or in relationships, but something is afoot, and it's pretty big, I would think.
Yeah, it seems like it's a big thing. Okay, so the second card?
The second card is relating to their attitudes towards
Fem 82.
Fem 82, yes.
Okay, this is a better card. This is a 10 of Sacred Circles.
Well, death is not a bad card, dear.
No, it isn't either. But this card has some more tangible feel to it. The 10 of Sacred Circles is like the 10 of Pentacles. So this card says that that in you they see a strong family connection, or they feel like there is something that is a foundation to them. Maybe they think you represent financial security, or that you maybe can inspire them to financial security.
I feel this card right off the bat because there's different ways to look at this card, but he touched on family. And I feel that there is a sense of a familial feeling he has for you in some way. I don't want to say it's like a sibling kind of relationship, but that you just have that comfortable feel of you're like family to them, or they kind of feel that way about you in some way.
Or that there's a foundation around you, there's a sense of a family around you, or that there's firmness, there's foundation, or something that grows or can grow there. Third card?
Third card.
Queen of Cups.
Okay. So where things are headed, well, I don't know. I almost think that things are headed in kind of a romantic direction.
It looks like it could be. It looks like definitely emotional fondness or interchange.
There's at least some emotional bonding going on. And, you know, sometimes it doesn't go totally in the direction of romance. It could be a really strong friendship or feelings towards each other that way.
Which maybe is why we're picking up those two then, you know.
Let's just say there is a closeness. And it's going to develop. And I think that being the last card, let me see what the Lenormand could add to that, Femme 82.
Maybe the change is the fact that, you know, they had been probably single a long time, or not interested in relationships or knowing people, and maybe the change is that they seem to be awakening into some more social aspects of themselves.
Let me do that. Whoa. Okay.
Which was first?
The man. So whether male or female, this is obviously a partner card is the way I always look at it. And so red, you know, it looks as though the moon, there is something culminating, you know, it's like the moon is going to reveal something. And, you know, things have been kind of hidden, but maybe they are going to come to the surface in the year ahead.
Yeah, I sort of feel like in this sense, the moon does sort of indicate maybe romance, or the possibility of romance.
And yes, it could very well be reinforcing the Queen of Cups card there.
That's what it feels like to me, that there's just something that's dreamy enough to be even a whimsical attempt at romance. I mean, it may not necessarily be the heavy-duty romance you may be looking for, or maybe they're looking for, but it somehow is going to be pleasant.
It looks like a very pleasant experience in the year ahead, Femme 82. We wish you luck with that.
Well, they're not really asking themselves, but I would say that this is somebody that already is there to some degree, that they're known in their world. Winston's mom.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right.
Lots of luck.
Lots of luck. Let us know.
Hey, Laura. Excuse me. Hey, Laura. Are you with us?
Laura, if you're there.
We're doing either 2020 readings today, or we'll answer a question for you. Take your pick.
We'll be on again Sunday, 2 to 4 Eastern Standard Time.
And after Laura is Vicky, and then the Koi Fish, and then Jay Walker.
Also, I'm going to mention, too, that tomorrow, my own personal week ahead reading for
Laura.
Emotional situations in your life, a weekly reading. It's called Oberon's Outlook on Emotional Exchanges. And that's pre-recorded usually on Thursday nights after this live cast, and it premieres on the YouTube channel around 9 a.m. in the morning. And that is zodiac signs by element, what's going on in their emotional life for the next week. So that's tomorrow. So we're up to Laura, and what are we doing?
We're going to do a 3 card. We're going to throw 3 on this. She wants to know if there's a stable long-term relationship or life partner coming in.
All right. And there's a request to be on a list by Tamia.
Oh, hi, Tamia. Yes, there is a list. I will add you on it. I think we will have time. We're getting close to the cutoff.
Okay.
Yeah, I think after Tamia, we may have to cut it off. We have a half hour left. So
Do you want to use
just to
my
be
deck?
safe.
Use my deck.
Hey, Suzanne. Welcome. It's great to see you here.
Hi, Suzanne. No, I didn't do the windmills today. I'm sorry. No, I did some this morning, but I didn't do all of them.
Did she ask? You're
I
getting
know how she
defensive here.
Psychic. Okay, so what are we using? My deck?
Yes, let's use your deck. Okay, so...
Suzanne's a great friend of ours, so that's all we're going to say.
No, that's not all we're going to say.
Okay, we'll say more.
So, glad you're here.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so...
Okay, I will say it.
I'm
Suzanne
unfocused.
is our personal trainer, and she's amazing. She's awesome and amazing.
She makes me look good.
And I owe her a lot. So definitely, if she wants a reading tonight, we will fit you in, Suzanne.
Okay, so let's get back to
But we've got a
Laura.
list, and we're working on Laura right
Stable
now.
long-term relationship or life partner going in.
Should
going
we
into
ask
next
that
year?
as a yes, no, or throw 3 cards?
I don't know.
Let's throw 3 cards. Let's see what we get. If it's unclear, we can always quickly do a yes now.
3 cards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it has been a busy holiday season for us here. I went overboard and was just sending out Christmas poems every day on Facebook and Twitter. All the poems I've written for the last 20 some odd years that I send in my holiday cards, my Christmas and winter solstice poems. Oh, do I shuffle?
That's right, Masonic.
I did shuffle, didn't I?
You might have, so go ahead and cut.
I thought I did. Am I crazy?
Somewhere is a twin red ball. 3 cards.
Yes.
And this is for Laura. Mm-hmm. Stable or...
A stable or long-term relationship of some sort? Well, what do we see? We've got the 2 of coins. That's interesting.
Well,
What's
the first card I threw was the 5 of cups reversed. So
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking right away that maybe this is a person you've known in the past and or maybe had a relationship in the past.
Maybe, but
Maybe.
what I also think when I see the 5 of cups reversed is that new opportunities for something is coming your way. And since you asked specifically about relationships, and since the cups are kind of a relationship cards,
I'm going to amend that because I do feel that maybe it's not that it's an old relationship, but it's maybe somebody you knew through an old relationship, like a connection of some sort or somebody you met through them. Just the feeling I have.
that's
Could
fine.
be.
It's fine.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. And then there's the 2 of coins, which you talked about.
Well, the 2 of coins to me, it's duality and there's balance. Seems to me that, this new relationship that could be coming to you will have a sense of stability and balance for you. It's going to be kind of harmonious, I think. So, it might take a little bit of juggling schedules and different things to get together, but I feel that it's very positive seeing that 2 there like that.
Well, the 4 of Cups is really inspiring too because it really means that maybe to some degree you've had these thoughts and maybe, there's been more than one answer, that there's been more than one possibility.
Is that reversed?
It's a reverse, so it means moving into fruition of some sort, right?
Maybe. Well, I really think these cards fit together really well. These 2 cups, the 5 of cups reversed and the 4 of cups reversed. The 4 of cups reversed is kind of awakening again to something, like awakening to love again in your life. And the 5 of cups reversed is saying the opportunity is going to be out there. So this sounds really positive.
It sounds very positive, but I just have to differentiate because I always feel that the 4 of Cups is sort of that turn from having had things to think about and then finally saying, this is what I will focus on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Works for me.
So now you want to...
I'm going to throw a couple Lenormand.
Indeed. And Suzanne, we are honored that you are here. Talk to me about Geminis. My best friend at work is a Gemini, and one of the scariest people at work is a Gemini.
Well, I don't know, maybe when it rains it pours.
Oh, hi there, Jay.
Laura, because what I'm seeing here is the fish, and then I have the, what is that again?
It's like a sprite or a fairy?
Oh, it's the path. It's number 22, right? The path.
The path.
And so basically, it doesn't show a crooked path on this one, but basically what it's saying to me is that, things are going to be really flowing for you. I think you're going to be out there circulating, if you get my drift, and socially, and I think that's where you're going to meet someone. The path indicates to me that there may be more than one choice.
Okay, is that what that is?
Well, the path is usually you're trying to choose.
The fish is about flow,
it's a decision.
about movement, right?
Yeah, but that's why I'm thinking she's going to be moving and circulating and socializing, and then
So
she's going to have
the way
her
it really
choices.
answers the question is probably it's not serious in the beginning, that there's more
I think it's
flow,
going to build. Well, I think
and
that
then it builds
maybe.
in the year.
I don't know how it's going to transpire in the year ahead. I don't want to hazard to guess that. But what I think I want to say is that somewhere along the way, you may have another option or alternative, and you're going to have to make a choice.
I'm not against Geminis. I absolutely understand that they're very serious. So just lighten up, all of you.
What?
We're having conversation.
All right.
No. Geminis are complicated, but I think every sign is complicated. That's basically what it is.
So, Laura, I hope that helped. And we're going to move on. We have Vicky now. So we have Vicky, and then we have the koi fish. We have Jay Walker, and then Tamia.
You did not miss your turn, the koi fish.
And then if Suzanne wants a reading. So we have the koi fish, you'll be after Vicky. Who's next?
You're very welcome, Laura. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Okay, where are you, Vicky?
Just a general for next week.
Got it.
Alrighty.
Next week, as we're going into the new year. Okay, we'll
can
take
do
it
your
a week.
2020
We'll take
later.
that new year a week at a time, right? Okay, all right.
Whose cards? Yours?
Let me grab my cards. You know what? I'm going to use my other deck, the Cat Tarot.
And I only use Sacred Circles one time, so I can use that again.
Except, why are my cards? Okay.
Mixed up. Uh-oh.
Just a little. Probably was from the
Vicky.
last reading we did.
Vicky? Who's Vicky? No, I'm kidding. That was kind of bad on our part.
We had it down this time. No problem. I'm trying to keep it together here, Vicky.
Happy New Year.
Did you forget we were using my cards,
No,
Mr.
I didn't
O?
forget.
Okay.
I did not forget. But one more.
Well, we have no food today. We did not bring any food out. People who've been watching our streams recently, we've been eating at almost every one because we've either had bakery goodies or things that I baked.
So we're especially glad that Suzanne came now because she doesn't see all the food we've been
See,
eating
we are
live.
not eating today. Yeah. So, because really, it's been food fest over here. I was baking for the holidays. I
Okay,
gave most of it away today to your coworkers, though. Which,
Yeah, I took a lot in for my coworkers. The chocolate shortbread with the peppermint frosting, and then those cookies, which were like a sugar cookie with a lot of speckles on them.
Well, okay. We got the Ten of Wands upright for you, Vicky. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Vicky. Sorry. We've got the Moon reversed. And we have the Seven of Wands upright.
All right.
So basically, what this is telling me is that the Ten of Wands, you're feeling a little bit burdened right now or stressed out. Who isn't at this time of year, though? Tell me. It's like things have been kind of making you a little weary and tired, and you sure wish, you could take a break in some way. Give yourself a break from either mental, physical, or emotional burdens that you might have been carrying.
And I'm going to differ slightly with you because I think that the idea of the burdens is a perception that is maybe somebody else's deception or ploy that they could play with you to some degree, that they make you feel you have that burden, but you don't really have it, or it's just a matter of how you approach it. You just have to sort of see through that. Because what I really see is what the Seven of Wands shows, and that just says you're determined, to make your mark and to hold your own in the situation.
Well, Masonic Elite, I'm telling on myself because I'm basically an honest person. And besides, it keeps me from going more off the deep end. If I admit my problems.
Merle Oberon was incredibly beautiful. She was a very beautiful actress. And I think about her once in a while when I think about my name. So that's kind of neat. Thank you.
Did you do the second card yet?
I did all three.
What? I was busy reading the chat.
Well, to me, the moon is suggesting that this sense or perception is burdens is really more of a deception thing that's happening, and that this is the reality.
Okay, Sonny.
I just sort of extrapolated or went with a psychic feeling I have.
Okay, that's all right. Well, the moon to me reversed is that something is going to reach the light of day. And I think that whatever it is going to put you at some sort of advantage over others. So the Seven of Wands upright kind of indicates that you're going to have some type of advantage. And it's basically because of some information you receive that's going to play into lightening your load or your stress a little bit. So if you've been feeling stressed, it's going to ease, and you should be feeling a whole lot more confident, and I won't say on top of the world, but let's just say on top of things than maybe you have been. So this last week looks pretty uplifting in the end for you, I think.
Yeah, I think so, because the Seven of Wands pulls it out. And I think also, too, it's just the sense, and it's just what I'm feeling, it's like a glimmer that there's like just that somebody's trying to make you feel that way. Like, oh, you've got so many burdens, but they're just trying to project. They're projecting a little bit. So you don't really have those burdens. I think that they're somebody else's, and maybe they're just trying to get you to share them.
And here's a couple Lenormand for you. I drew the key card. The key's been coming up quite a bit today.
Key has come up a bit.
And the fox card. And so to me, this indicates that the key to alleviating your burdens or moving forward and getting on top of things is to get crafty about how you do it, to think outside the box for solutions and ways to ease the stress. And basically, I do feel some information that you receive is going to help you along those lines. It's going to make you think of some alternative solutions that you may not have thought of otherwise.
Yeah, if this situation that I'm talking about is actually true, if that's really happening, whatever it is sort of about you finding that out and you using your own cleverness to overcome that and bring out, your fighter cat.
Okay, so I hope that helped. And thanks for joining us and putting up with us constantly messing with you, Vicky. Hopefully we will not do that again, and we'll always have you on the list where you need to be. Hey, the koi fish, did you want a reading?
They asked a question. What has Jay thought about me, and what is true feelings from his heart that he wants to tell me, but is scared to?
Okay, what has Jay thought about me, and what is his true feelings? Okay. How about we do, what are his thoughts What are his true feelings from his heart that he wants to tell me? So that's 2 separate cards, and then where it's heading. How about that? We'll do 3 cards.
Okay.
You gonna do yours?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got you. Just 1 second, Koi. Let us shuffle.
Shuffling for the koi fish.
Okay. Well, we're getting some good advice there in the chat today. Thanks for joining us, Winston's mom.
There's no reward for helping us. I'm just saying.
Well,
no, I'm kidding.
I'd send you one of my cookies or cakes, but they're almost all consumed anyway, sadly. There is one thing left in the house. I still have a little bit of my Mexican spicy brownie cake that I made.
And we have some pulled pork from the pulled pork sandwiches. That was our Christmas Eve dinner.
And then we have Christmas Eve with our son and his family, and then Christmas Day, because we don't have a lot of family anymore. We get together with friends for dinner, Chinese dinner, and a movie. We've done it with them for years now, so it's really a lot of fun.
That was the first card.
Okay, so basically the first part of the question was, let me go back to that again. Whoops. Okay. Was Jay thought about me? What are his true feelings? Okay. Well.
Hi, Sandy.
I am not sure we can get to you tonight, Sandy. We'll put you down, but
I want you to try.
We'll try. 8 of Cups upright is basically a card of moving away from something. And so I don't want to scare you too much here, but I'm wondering if this person is thinking of moving away from you. Maybe they're moving away from a situation they're in right now. I mean, that's what I seem to sense here, because your question was basically what they thought about you. And so I don't know if they're moving in your direction or away from you.
They're moving in a direction. It's not really sure, because they're thinking they're looking for something more spiritual or something less tangible.
Yeah.
So if you are that, I'm not sure. It may be that just at this time they have other questions or concerns, is what it sounds like, that they're just really thinking about something else.
Well,
they want to get somewhere, maybe.
His true feelings from the heart. Well, I don't know. This is the Judgment card upright. And the Judgment card upright, that's pretty deep. I'm not sure. Maybe they think there's some kind of karmic connection between the two of you.
It's interesting, because when you take them both together, then you kind of see that a little bit, that maybe there's something that does approach a feeling of destiny here in the relationship, and that it's just a matter of that realization happening. And I'm thinking that that's what that card means.
It could very well be, because I'm looking at your last card there too, and the last card is the Strength card. And so where things are headed is to, it looks like a pretty good place.
Love conquers all.
Yeah, the Strength card is kind of like that. And it's love triumphs over hate. It looks really positive. I'm just not sure right now that they're in a good state of mind to move forward quickly on this. And it's basically because of that 8 of Cups. They're going through something right now. They're trying to determine what move or direction they need to take. I'm going to do a Lenormand. Let's see what we get.
And thank you, Suzanne, for that offer. And Sandy, too, is somebody I know in my quote-unquote real life, or it's my surreal life. So, and right, there's several readers in the room tonight. So I appreciate everybody showing up.
Oh, and Gina's here too. Did you get Gina?
No, I didn't. I saw
Gina
that they were
came
there.
before Sandy.
No.
Yeah. Right here. Oh wait, no, after. Oh yeah, Gina Rudolph was right before Sandy.
Oh,
Wait,
yes,
oh,
you're right.
after
You're right.
Sandy. Wait, oh, nope. I guess I am right. You're right. Sandy was just before Gina. Sorry about that. We're trying to get the order right to be fair to everybody because time is
And then all
short.
you folks keep talking to each other, and we got to keep scrolling way up to find out.
Well, you know what? We should pay less attention to the chat and more on the readings. We have to admit.
You
We
can
have to
tell we're
leave
still a
you
little
guys
bit new
into
at
the
some of this.
chat. So, all right. So Suzanne waiting till next time. I appreciate that, Suzanne. I would have loved to read for you, but we will move on to the others right now.
Okay,
I'm going to write. Hold on. The two names on that came. All right. So next is we did the koi fish. Yes, I'm working on it. We're working on the koi fish. One more card for you, the Lenormand.
We'll probably do a little overtime tonight, so we'll get to everybody, we hope.
We're going to try to get everybody in. So, I have the stork and I have the dog. So, this is very interesting to me because maybe this is telling me that if you guys are friends, maybe that's about to change into something else. Because this is the dog is a friendship companion card and the stork is about change and something new.
Right, and I'll take your
Something
word.
birthing.
I'll take your word on that because I usually tell people that I don't read Lenormand, but I kind of go with the symbols. And darn if she doesn't have some pretty cards with symbols on them to show. So I'm sort of feeling that there's this sense of a friendship that's there already, or that is more or less there. And then the stork does promote the idea of new things happening. There, we're seeing the new births there, but it could mean a lot of new things birthing. And I'll show your attention to the little heart up in the corner there. So I'm thinking that maybe they are a friend or start off as a friend and then it becomes much more. And
that's what we have for you. So glad you waited. Thanks for waiting so long. We really appreciate it. And Jay Walker, you are up. Jay, are you still with us? Well, maybe, maybe not. When was the last time Jay was chat? He should be here somewhere. There you are. Will you be an amazing tarot reader? Well, if you're learning from us, yes. We can answer that for you.
The only important thing is to remember you have to have the drive. That if you really have that ambition to be a tarot reader, then learning it and everything else just will come naturally. Yes, I pulled a card that told me that. Alrighty.
Okay, Jay. We'll see if you'll be an amazing tarot reader. Yes or no?
How do you say Lenormand?
How do I say it?
How do you pronounce it?
I say Lenormand.
Okay. Sandy says she's heard it differently, and I know that before Banshee said it more commonly, I often thought it was like Leor.
No.
And then I heard her say it a couple times, like, I like that. That works.
Well, I'm not sure it's the way I've always said it. I'm not sure if it's right or not, to be completely honest with you.
All right, Jay.
You say you will. Well, we'll see what the cards say about that.
Yeah,
Forget
we don't need the competition. Or we're gonna come to your
There is
page
no
and we're gonna ask
competition
about
in
dogs
this
and
field.
cats.
Now.
I know, I'm teasing. Okay, so it's a
Yes
yes
or
or no.
no. Oh, did you want me to do that? You can go ahead.
No, I did. I wanted to do it the last time too, and you did it.
Maybe because I am faster. Well, no.
Not likely. Maybe.
But maybe. I
Maybe.
would. Yeah. Let's look at this a little bit here. But here's one card you have. It's the Ten of Swords upright. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And what's that final card?
That's the Ace of Wands.
Oh, the Ace of
They
Wands.
call it staves.
Okay, that's right. So it's leaning towards no. That doesn't necessarily mean no, but it's leaning that way. And
I think that the Ten of Swords doesn't mean maybe what we want to say it means, but it does say that one of the things you have to think about is the sense of drama, plus, minus, that you just want to be careful and not be too dramatic, because sometimes people just need normal. They don't need to hear about real shocking things. I mean, if you see them, you have to figure out a way to talk about them, of course.
well, and I also think it's indicative of, maybe, can you really withstand some of the pressure that sometimes readers have to go through, with their clients and customers. There's a lot of expectations that can be put on a reader sometimes, and and demands, and you have to be ready to face that. It can almost feel like too much sometimes, and that you're being attacked, even though you're not. But it can feel that way.
Then with this one, which is the Queen of Sacred Circles, which would be akin to the Queen of Pentacles, and she's reversed. And I like the image, though, because it's a grandmother with a baby. It's not the mom with a baby, or it's not a grandmother with a full-grown adult. It's a grandma with a baby. And, of course, that means maybe how somebody's looking at that culture and saying, oh, that's what happens. Grandmothers are more important. But in a sense, grandmothers are really important in all cultures because they represent that continuity, that thread, that sense of creation, of course, and that's what we're talking about, is being a tarot card reader.
And it's reversed.
Go ahead, take it away.
Well, I'm just thinking that it's saying that, maybe, you have to be able to really access certain levels that I'm not sure this card is saying you're able to do necessarily.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say this in a nice way. I'm not saying you're not psychic. I'm definitely not saying that, but I'm thinking that, to read for others is a different art than being psychic for yourself.
That's true. And then the other thing, too, is that it could also be, too, that if we were thinking of tarot cards, we may be saying about tarot cards, but there are other ways to read people's fortunes or vibes. And sometimes the cards are just what helps you get there, because it really should be what you feel, what you can put out.
And here's one other thing I would like to throw at you is I feel that the Queen of Pentacles reversed is indicating, this is not something that you can just do on a whim. I mean, it's going to take a lot of study. And it's one thing I know sometimes people can take those images and run with them, but really you need to have that grounded study too in the tarot to do it right.
Why don't you do the Lenormand?
Yes, I am.
And then we got to throw that list out there.
Yep, we will throw the list out there. We are definitely not taking any more names other than who's on the list now.
Okay.
And nobody else has showed up, so that's a good thing. But we're glad for everybody who came in, including the latecomers. Wow. Okay. I've got the Coffin J, and I've got the rope. And so, or the broom. So, is that the broom?
It's a broom.
It's the broom. So basically, what I'm thinking here is, I don't know what it's trying to tell me. I'm almost thinking it's not telling me it's dead on arrival, but what it is telling me is that maybe you ought to just not think about it at this time. It's not a good thing at this time to do.
Yeah, or just have it more in the back burner. To me, the coffin reminds me of getting the ten of swords in the other one, which was just saying, like, try not to be about the drama with that. And I don't know, until I see you read, I wouldn't be able to say, oh, you're overly dramatic or not.
Don't let us discourage you from studying
don't.
and playing with the cards on your own. Absolutely.
She may be the queen of tarot here, but I'm the drama queen.
Because oh gosh, that's so funny. I have to agree with him. The the tarot's just a picture in time. So what we're seeing right now is that you are not ready at this moment. But, further down the road, do a little bit of study, practice with yourself, and
Yep.
come back and ask us again.
Yeah, if
That's
you're
what I
reading
have to
now
say
at
to
all,
that.
just keep reading, keep using the cards, absolutely. Or whatever medium you are using.
And hey, Tamia, you are next. You
Yes,
are up
Tamia
right
is
now.
next.
So you can have a 2020 reading or get a question answered. And for Jenna and Sandy, I just want to let you know that we are doing 2020 readings tonight. If you want to know about the year ahead, or if you have a specific question, we'll do that. So when it's your turns, and after Tamia is Jenna, or is Sandy and then Jenna. I'm sorry, Sandy and then Jenna.
All right, so Tamia says, what is Libra's current feelings towards them? Block them, but have a feeling they're still watching and that they will try to reach out.
Let's throw 3 cards on that.
My deck?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm going to give these a shuffle now. All right.
Go ahead and shuffle.
And Sunny has been laying here the whole time. Sunny Cam. He is now laying on my Lenormand cards. And I will try to get them out from under him because last time he was laying on them and I almost missed a card. All right. All right.
And you said 3.
Yes. Let's
All
see
right.
what we get.
Eight of Swords reversed. 5 of Sacred Circles upright. And Death upright.
All right. I have an idea here. So you wondering if this person is still, you blocked them, but you're not sure if they're still watching you. The Eight of Swords reversed is kind of indicating to me that this person might be moving on. I think that they're, it's not very clear yet. They are definitely moving. I'd like to think it is moving on from, you, but I'm not really sure. So let me just see what the rest of the cards are. The Five of Pentacles. Oh,
What was this position?
this is just a general reading.
got it.
Yeah, so they all go together.
Well, when I flow them together, I get the feeling like they're moving into some deep.
They might be going
problems,
into some
deep
bad
stuff.
times or problems of their own right now, is what I'm thinking of. And so that
They have a lot to think about.
they have a lot on their plate right now. And the Death card reversed is some change
It's
or
not reversed.
I mean, upright. Yeah, and actually it's better that it's
sorry.
upright. Because that basically means to me that there's some change or transformation going on. So maybe it is possible that they are moving on. Now that I think about it, with this card here is a card of movement. It's just I'm not sure in what direction. But when I see Death is a complete change and a transformation, it seems to me that they may be moving in another direction now. Which would, from the sounds of things, you probably want that to happen.
Mr. Geraldo, we don't think we'll have time to do any other readings. We're actually closed our list at this point.
Yeah, we're running into a little
So
overtime
we're sorry
now.
we can't help you. But we are back again on Sunday, Eastern Standard Time, 2 to 4 p.m. So maybe you'll be able to get in there.
Or next Thursday from 7 to 9.
Or we're back next Thursday, 7 to 9. So we're sorry we can't help you tonight.
Okay. So, again, I have drawn, for the Lenormand, I've drawn the mice cards and the stork, which is very interesting to me. I get the feeling again that this person is dealing with some rather difficult times right now, and they are moving on. There's some change happening, because again, the stork is about change and something new, and couple that with the death card, I really feel like something different is going to be happening
Yeah,
for
some
them.
of this looks
But it
possibly
doesn't look
financial
very happy for
or
them right now
materialistic,
either.
you know, like, you know, as a possibility they've lost their job or they've lost some source of revenue or something like that. It does look that way, kind of like they're having a situation that makes them have to refocus or approach things from a different angle.
So basically, that's sort of what we see. Is I think that hopefully this is what you wanted to hear.
Okay, Tamia, and you'll have to let us know in the future how
and
that
good
worked
luck
out.
with
You're
that.
welcome to come back and ask other questions.
Hey Sandy, you are next.
Sandy, if you're here, we'll give you a quickie. And thanks again for showing up. And thanks again, Suzanne, for giving your place, if you're still here.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Suzanne, if you're with us still.
And we will see you, Suzanne, soon.
Yes.
You're welcome, Tamia.
You're very welcome, and good luck. Okay, so let's see.
We're waiting on Sandy.
Sandy, you can either get a yearly forecast for the year 2020, or you can get a question answer.
2020.
Okay, let's go. Let's do my cards.
All right.
We'll use the cat ones this time. And my cat is making it hard for me to shuffle
Oh,
now.
dear.
So now I am working around the microphone cord. I don't know why he decided to lay that way.
And you're using the Tarot, the White Cats?
No, this is actually called the Pagan Cat Tarot.
Oh, the Pagan Cat Tarot. Okay.
I don't really think there's much pagan. Well, I have to look at them more carefully, but I don't think there's a lot of pagan symbols in the card. But it's a very nice deck. And I love the cats. Okay. I wish I could follow that advice of not buying anything. It's hard, Winston's mom. But I agree with you. Sometimes you gotta put the brakes on it. Okay, so 2020, we're gonna throw.
It's easier for me to make a resolution about something that I won't do than something that I will do.
Okay, there's a little ups and downs, and that's like a typical year, isn't it?
Okay.
So the first card is the main focus for the year ahead.
And that is the reversed Knight of Wands. So this may indicate that you said it was the overall.
Yes, the main
Yeah.
focus.
That there may be some questions about certain friends or persons. Maybe they're people you work with too.
It could be coworkers.
Whether you feel you can trust them with certain things, or whether you feel they're possibly good people for you. If they're advancing your causes.
The Knight of Wands also could indicate to me the coming or going of something connected with a business enterprise of some sort, or something, some project that you're working on. You might be really focused on a particular project in the year ahead, but it is reversed. And so I sense that, you know.
I wouldn't share a lot of the information with everybody if you have any feeling that somebody would try to scoop you.
Anyway, I was going to say that with the Knight of Wands reversed, I feel that there's some delays that you're going to be working on, or some obstacles to completing some project or goal in the year ahead. It could be work related, it could be personal.
Bye, Suzanne, if you're leaving.
Oh,
Okay,
she's
next
still
card.
there. Okay.
Next card.
The next card, the Ace of Swords, is the card that's basically for opportunities or challenges that you will face in the year ahead. Actually, it looks like some good opportunity for success, a beginning of possibly a victory of some sort, maybe with a legal case or something that you've been battling or fighting for.
Or you're managing something at your job or someplace and you're in charge of something, and so you feel like you have everybody's confidence in you and you just feel like you can make the right decisions to keep things on time and moving ahead.
Jenna, this is. Oh,
They're
okay.
listening.
Yeah, okay, you're there listening. You're next, Jenna. We're doing Sandy right now.
Did you get that?
I did.
Okay, you
And
said something
I
about
did.
it.
I said basically a victory of some sort or the beginning of some, some right being wrong too is a possibility. It often can have to do with some justice issues of some sort. So basically the third card is the lessons or the takeaways from the year ahead. And the lessons or takeaways, it's the Three of Wands reversed. And sometimes you have to deal with the fact that you can't always get what you want. That's the takeaway of the year. And sometimes plans take longer to play out than you had anticipated. There could be delays or obstacles that you didn't expect. And so the lesson is, to keep on keeping on.
Yeah, I'm feeling that more with the latter part, that it's about the delays that kind of, get you a little grumbly, and you just have to sort of feel that what you did in terms of all this preparatory work was good. It's just sort of the universe is just sort of having a hiccup right now, and it'll get back to you soon.
And then finally, where you'll be this time next year.
Ooh,
Yeah.
not bad. You may have to find yourself being a little bit more impersonal when it comes to making certain decisions that may affect the body of people. That, if you're not dealing with more specific group process, consensus kind of work, if it's straight vote stuff, then you may feel, that you have to present a certain objectivity, and you'll be able to do that.
The Queen of Swords to me is the decider, the decision maker. And, at this time point next year, you're going to really be able to focus and decide where you're going to be spending your energy, if this plan or project that's taking a lot of time to develop is worth it or not, whether you should move on. But you are ultimately next year at this time going to be making really crucial decisions on your next moves forward.
That's interesting you said that, Sandy. So, and both of those sword cards are really strong in that sense of justice and decision making. So that's a good call, too. Okay, so while she's doing the Lenormand, I'm going to quickly address Winston's mom and say, no, that's just par for the course where I work at, where it seems like somebody doesn't like your idea and then won't talk about it, and then 6 or 7 months later it's their idea, they have a great idea, and everybody else says, yeah, I like that, and the boss says, we'll do it, and nobody remembers you had that idea. But
so
I'm
Winston's
sort of in a
mom
situation
sees
like
my
that.
aura. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you for that information. I've always said I'm the kind of person who does not see auras. He can see some auras, but I can feel an aura. I really do feel that's when I'm around people and I pick up things from people, I really believe I'm reading their aura, even though I cannot physically see it.
I don't see auras really strongly, but I get a sense of them, and I do feel some purple in her aura. Generally, the lighter the conditions around me, the harder it is to see that, but I kind of pick that up.
Here.
Ooh, what you got? Is that the lily?
That's the lily.
Va-va-voom.
Well, it could be.
Could
The
be.
lily sometimes means sensuality and, things of that nature. It could also be maturity. So to me, this indicates maybe meeting a mature individual, possibly a male, in the year ahead who may either be helping you with this project or might be a personal project in the year ahead, if you get my drift.
Well, I get more of the feeling that this just represents yourself going through a maturation process, and maybe finding that at the end of this run that there's an acclaim, or that there's yes, we're really happy we let Sandy do this because it was great. Acclaim.
Okay. So there you have it. And I hope that helped. That was your year ahead for Sandy. And now we have Jenna.
Well, that was very cool. I hope you like that, Sandy, and we'll be seeing you again sometime.
Well, it's funny you're saying that. You are distracting a little bit, but hey, we're pretty good at distracting ourselves sometimes, frankly. WM.
We really are.
So, okay, Jenna, what you got for us?
Do you see the questionnaire?
Yes, I do now. Talk to me again, or am I worried for nothing? All right, let's do a yes/no on that one. Let's.
You want to use my deck again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. We're gonna go back to my Dame Fortuna. Fortune.
It's funny. I know you're quoting some things. Is it from the Myers-Briggs or whatever, Winston's mom? And I have some mixed feelings myself about the Myers-Briggs. I've done it a lot. I get kind of close to center there. I'm a little bit on the introverted side, but sometimes
You are welcome, Sandy.
I've kind of waffled on it. And I really feel that I'm kind of an introvert who's turned a little bit more extrovert over time. I know they say you can't change your stripes, but I'm not sure I believe that, because I know what I used to be, and I was painfully shy as a child. And even now, there's a part of me that is very much wanting to be alone and don't like the crowds. But yet here I am doing live streaming to an audience, and I can stand up in front of people and talk and teach. So I think, it's kind of an enigma to me sometimes. I really feel I'm more introvert than extrovert. However, I have a lot of extrovert qualities.
And I thought I was very introverted too as a younger person, and I was always fascinated with esoteric kind of stuff, astrology, tarot reading, back in the mid 60s when I was just 10 or 12 years old. And I really feel that working with tarot over the next several years into my high school era and finally learning how to start reading them, that did give me a voice, but that voice still didn't manifest until somewhere in my early 20s maybe. And then there were other experiences that helped that. I got involved in some crazy theater stuff, and that made me feel more confident about being a public speaker. Okay. So it was a work in progress for me too. This was a yes or no.
Yes, it is. Ooh. Interesting card. I think you are worrying. I don't think you have too much to worry about, because I think that they will talk to you again. And the Emperor card does seem as though maybe, it might be saying maybe you ought to just take a little initiative. And go, and take the lead on this, so to speak, with the Emperor card.
I think your
here.
friend M kind of would expect that from you too, and I also get the feeling too, just reading between the lines like I do occasionally here, is I do feel like you sort of have that kind of relationship with M where like maybe you're the big brother or big sister, and that they look up to you, and so you're sort of concerned for them, which is a good thing for a friend. So I think it would be okay for you to take a little initiative. I think they would understand that, and they would probably just deepen your bonds a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it's very hopeful, actually. Either way, I think, feel free to prod the person and just say, hey, what's going on? I know you might be busy, but everything okay? Maybe do a check-in on them, because I do think that things are positive there. Let me double check with these cards and see if we get any other insight on that. Winston's mom, I'm going to have to look up my my profile again that I did, because of course we did it at work. And as a matter of fact, I think we did it twice at work in the time I've been there. And so I do have it somewhere. I just can't remember off the bat what mine are, but I will try to get it for future. reference because I know where I have it. I filed it away. Is your friend in a relationship right now, Jenna?
What is that card? That's a snake.
It's the snake. Because I sense that they're dealing with some underhanded.
They are with someone.
Okay. I feel like they're dealing with a situation right now, and it may not be very positive. I don't know if there's some arguments going on. There may be some duplicity. Maybe somebody was caught in a lie, and there's some stress right now they're dealing with another individual, and that might be playing into just why they haven't touched base.
Yeah, I'm getting that too. That they're being a little bit quiet. They say snakes are soundless, and I'm not saying they're the snake, but I'm saying that they're dealing with maybe a situation where they don't want to draw too much attention to themselves. And I also get the feeling too, like they're thinking about yet somebody else, and I don't know that it's somebody that they're in the relationship with, but it may be somebody else that they care for, have responsibility for. Maybe it's a child or a parent or somebody who means a lot to them, a friend, a cousin, who knows, that kind of thing. And they may have a situation like that they're dealing with too. So yeah, you may have to offer your help, or at least, slowly, semi-vaguely. Somebody I know is talking about vague posts. We're not going to talk about that though, right?
No. Yeah, now I'm curious about my Myers-Briggs. I'm going to have to go dig that up.
So what is an INFP?
That's an intuitive, I forget the N.
Fire starter? No, fire pooper. No, who? I shouldn't have said that.
INFP. Doggone it.
Ah, okay.
I'll look that up. I don't think you're far off. I'm pretty sure I definitely had the I in there, and the P seems familiar too. I do think they will talk to you in time.
But it's not bad for you to go ahead and make a connection now.
But I really feel like maybe because we had the Emperor in that reading, that the Emperor was telling me that I just got this intuitive flash that you may need to take the lead in this and check on them. So try that, and if it fails, give them time. I do think it will happen.
Definitely take the initiative. I just pulled an Ace of Swords, so that says take initiative.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that's all we have. Hey, Suzanne, are you still here?
Because if you are...
I can fit you in real quickly, but that's it. And then we will call it a wrap for tonight. And we hope everybody had a great time. Okay, Suzanne is not here.
We are so pleased that people visited. And,
oh my goodness, and
we had fun with everyone.
We had a great time, and I hope you did too. And thanks for all the interesting discussion in the chat. Now you've got me looking into my Myers-Briggs again, which is a good thing. I do want to check it out.
And we had so many visitors. Jay visited us, and Vicky, and LS, who we haven't seen in a while,
so that's awesome.
And some new friends.
Yeah,
Tania
so thank you all.
And Koifish, so we really appreciate that. Patton and Winston's mom. Oh my God, you guys are fabulous.
Thanks again.
You have to keep coming back.
We will be back here Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then next Thursday, same time, same place, 7 to 9 p.m.
Thank you,
Eastern
Winston's
Standard
mom.
Time.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Thank you so much. And do subscribe if you're not subscribed. And take care. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.